Yo, yo, yo. Yo, drugs.
Yo.
My boy. You there, my nigga?
Yeah, man, we here.
Yeah, we you know what I mean, my nigga, we gotta catch this flight, man. We gotta go back to Cali.
Uh-huh. Uh-huh.
You heard me? I mean, make sure you got your blunts, make sure you got your bud, make sure you got your brews, and make sure you got your bitches, man. We gotta hit this road, man.
Mm-hmm. I'm going.
Back. Nigga said, damn, Cali? Nigga said, yeah. I'm up, man. I'm up. The podcast.
Yeah.
Yeah. We motherfucking back, man. Yo, drugs, we here, man. We here. You know what I mean? We're a little short-handed this week. Marz is not with us. I'm pretty sure if y'all listened to last week's episode, y'all know the brother Marz, man. He had a hard week last week. We got through the episode, but you know, with that news of the DC shit and everything that went down, y'all kind of had to figure out Marz wasn't gonna be with us this week.
Yeah.
I mean, you had to know that. And then after the other news that came out this week of them completely scrapping it, it's just like, damn, it was just too much for the brother to handle. So Marz is not with us this week, y'all. This is the Goten Trunks episode. You know what I'm saying? This is just, you just got drugs and you got 5-2 this week.
Yes,
you know
sir.
You know what I'm
Boys,
saying? But
Goten and
back.
Trunks.
You know what I mean? The boys are back. The boys are motherfucking back. But yo, this is what episode? We at episode 39 now?
Yeah,
I think it's
39.
episode 39. Let me double check that real quick. Off
Holy
the top,
shit.
we episode 39, my nigga.
Holy shit.
Episode 39. Wow, Trey 9-3. I'm mad episode 38 was last week and we didn't shout out my nigga 38 special. You know what I'm saying? 38 special.
Shout out to 38, man. And the whole Buffalo movement out there. Griselda and them boys.
Shit.
You know,
The whole upstate New York movement. Stove God,
yeah.
Rock Marcy.
Right.
All them brothers.
Oh God. Hey.
Stovito.
That's my guy.
That's my nigga right there, man. But yo, this is episode 30 motherfucking 9, man. I mean, episode 40 is next week. We rapidly approaching that 1 year mark, man. Like, we got to figure out what the fuck we want to do for the year end, man. Shit, that ain't too far away, bro. That shit is right there.
You know, we gonna come up with something for that episode, man.
Yeah, we gotta bring the homies back. You know what I mean? We gotta get my nigga Kang on that episode, the homie Lord on that episode. Gotta make it a nice celebration, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it's gonna be lit, man.
It's definitely gonna be lit, man. But like we said, y'all, this is episode 39, cracking the 80s. Welcome back, everybody. Welcome to the show. Welcome back. You know what I'm saying? It's your neighborhood's favorite podcast. If it's your first time, welcome to the show. Hey, if it's your first time, hey. I've been studying sign language a little bit. Let me hit them with the little sign, hey, you know what I'm saying? For all of our hard of hearing listeners, or you know what I mean, our impaired, all of our impaired listeners, you know what I'm saying? This is for y'all too, man. We ain't discriminating. We fuck with y'all too. Hey, motherfuckers. You know what I'm saying? If it's your last time, go clear motherfucking sample, you know what I mean?
Clear motherfucking sample.
You know what I'm saying? Go ahead and get the fuck out of here, man. We got another great show for y'all, man. Like I said, it's just me. I'm here, I'm him. It's 5-2. It's your boy. Hey! I'm here with my guy, Drugs. How you doing, man? We here with Drugs. You know what I mean?
You already know how we do it, how we rocking, man. We in the bitty. You know what I mean? Living lavish.
Big bitty.
Living positive. You know what I'm
Big
saying?
bitty.
All the fuck shit we throw out the window. You know what I'm saying?
Throw that shit out the window with the bathwater, man. And the baby.
Hopefully it hits somebody down there who walking by.
That's some wild shit too. Just understand, just knowing that people really do that, like living in the P's or wherever you at. Niggas is just
Yeah.
dumping trash and trash juice water
Yeah, all
out
my
the
project
window.
niggas, yeah, all my project babies know how that lifestyle is, man. That lifestyle is rough, man. I remember one time I was going to see somebody in the building, and it was sunny outside, so I seen some shit dropping. So, I'm
Mm-hmm.
thinking like I'm looking up. I'm like, I'm thinking it's gonna rain, but it's man sunny.
Thinking it's the AC. You know them ACs be dripping water and shit.
Right, right. So then I start seeing more shit drop. Like, like a few more. So it's coming down a little more. I'm like, what the fuck? Bro, niggas is throwing rocks off the building, off the roof. I'm like,
Oh
oh, bro,
nah, boy.
downpour of rocks.
Nah, niggas is trying to kill niggas.
Yo, bro, I'm looking at the housing lady, the housing. She like, what's going on? I'm like, yo, they throwing rocks. You better get low. She looking at me like, yeah, I don't know. I don't even live over here, Scrappy. You know what I'm saying? I just came to, see somebody. I didn't, but that's projects for you, man.
It's projects, New York City projects. Hey, yo, that's a perfect example, bro. Like when you go to the P's, whether you live there or you not, you gonna see some shit, bro. I remember pulling up to the P's, nigga, every time. Niggas used to come pull up to the P's, come check the homies and shit. Pull up on the bike, riding down the beach. You know what I mean? How Far Rock shit, riding down Beach Channel. Shout out all my Far Rock niggas.
Mm-hmm.
Pull up, nigga. You try to go in the building, you got undercover detectives, nigga, approaching you and shit. Like, my nigga, I'm just here. I ain't doing no crime, but them niggas is on you, like you selling a bird on the block type shit.
Yep.
Regular hood shit, bro. Like regular motherfucking hood shit. But like we said, man, if it's your last time, go ahead and clear some motherfucking samples. Get out of here. Go ahead and drop a comment on the YouTube. Go ahead and like everything. Go ahead and put our notifications on too. Hit that bell, cause we be dropping clips almost every day on the YouTube. Literally almost every day. You check that shit. We might have a new clip up there, a new segment for y'all. Go ahead and look around while you at it. Go ahead and like some shit. Leave a comment. Yo, the YouTube commenters, man, I love y'all. Y'all niggas is funny. Y'all niggas is funny and y'all niggas is some haters. But I love both of it. I love both sides of that shit.
Both of them.
Both of them, nigga. Them niggas was in a frenzy this week. Marz had them niggas charged up, bro. Like,
Yeah, I don't know what's up with them niggas, man.
that shit was funny, bro.
Hey,
Like,
Billy, get off the internet. Stop using your mom's Wi-Fi before we tell her and you're grounded. Stop making 1,000 accounts to talk shit under our comments. All right.
word, leave us alone. If you're gonna
Getting
talk shit
gun
under
is
the
a
comments,
dumbass.
yeah, word. If you're gonna talk shit under our comments, subscribe to the Patreon whenever we make that, so you
Yeah,
can
at
pay
least
to
do
do
that.
that thing.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? We know you got it. We know your moms ain't gonna miss that credit card that you using. You already using it, so shit. Give us some of that bread. You know what I mean? But you burn the account bandits on YouTube is something else, man. It's always funny reading a whole comment. Niggas be having a thesis, hypothesis, all that shit in their paragraph just to have a fucking blank avatar. Niggas have a whole opinion, a whole take on some shit about your video. And you know they watched it because what they're referring to is something real specific in your video that's at like minute 4:15. So you know they stuck around. It ain't like it's in the first 5 seconds and they made a comment. Them niggas sat through the video. We appreciate y'all for doing that because, we getting our click rate, our click-through rate up off of that and our watch time. But, I mean, use your real account next time. Don't use a burner.
Bum ass nigga.
You know what I'm saying? Brad, Chad, all you niggas. Use your
Billy.
real account next time, man. Cause we fuck with you hating ass niggas, but I want to put a face to the hate. You know what I'm saying? So when you become an actual fan later on, I could be like, see, nigga, I knew you loved me. I knew you loved us. You bitch. But shit, man, we back. We back, man. How you doing, bro? How'd your week go? You know what I'm saying? We back in this bitch.
It was pretty decent. Not that much excitement, but try to be positive and let the fuck shit breeze past me. You know what I mean? With no worries, no care. And live my life, man, the way I want to live it. So
Man, no bap. You gotta let that fake shit roll off of you, man, like water. Nigga, like you in the rain, like an umbrella with the water. Let that shit roll right off and keep it moving, man.
yeah,
Keep
man. What's
that
up with
shit
you, though, man?
moving.
How was your week?
Shit, my week was pretty cool, man. I've been more or less on the same shit, just like that. I've been trying to, like I said, I've been trying to study up, man, and just so where I'm at right now in life, and my age, and where I'm headed to in the future of this pod, future of just business in general, and my life. I'm just trying to unlearn a bunch of bullshit that I subconsciously learned as I was growing up. You gotta think, man, where we at now? We of the age where we learned a lot of shit in our childhood that may not have been the best. Whether it's through like culture, whether it's through like our environment. There's a lot of shit that we learned and thought was law that is just not what it is. So I'm on that path right now, watching videos about the law of attraction, like you were saying, trying to keep the positivity in your life and keep that positive vibration. You know what I'm saying? Like, I was watching a couple YouTube videos doing some research, and they was basically saying vibrations never stay. I mean, the vibration of your body, it doesn't stay within you. That's why when you come across somebody else that you don't fuck with, you feel the vibration of you not fucking with them. You know what I'm saying? You can feel when you're in the presence of somebody that you're not fucking with, or even if you was talking to somebody that you did fuck with and y'all got to a negative place, you can literally within yourself feel that. And I think they call that shit destructive interference. So I just been learning, I mean, on a path to understanding who I am, myself, understanding my history, and
Right.
then understanding where I'm trying to get to. You know what I'm saying? It's a beautiful thing when you realize it. I mean, you get down to the science of what it means to be on this planet as a being, as a species, and shit. You can kind of erase all of the bullshit that is put out there to make us get off of that trajectory, off of that path. So I've been on that shit, but over this week, I did a couple of cool things over the week. I'm not gonna front on. Watched a lot of movies and shit. Caught up on a lot of shows. Listened to a lot of music. No new music, just getting back to the essence and the music that I really fuck with. The artists that I fucked with coming up. Artists 10 years ago when music was changing. That blog era, fucking with a lot of Spitter recently. You know what I mean? Going back to the old Spitter shit and new Spitter. Fucking, I was telling you before the pod, I was bumping that new Cool Kids album, man. Before shit got weird. That shit's so fire, bro. That shit came out earlier this year. And I think we might have spoke about it on the pod, if I'm not mistaken, just like a quick hit. But I kind of went back and was diving into the music. That shit good, son. That shit got it. All the features that we would expect to be on a Cool Kid project. You know what I'm saying? The niggas that was just the niggas that's in their lane. Larry June is on there. JID, Guap Dad 4000, Chance is on there. Pac Div, Black is on there. It's, you know what I mean? It's them dudes. It's a good project overall. So I just been on that, listening to music, just trying to center myself. You know what I'm saying? Just try to be centered and shit. You know what I mean? Shit was pretty cool though. Shit was pretty cool. I mean,
Gotta
oh well,
check it
before.
out.
Yeah, nah, for sure. Check it out, bro. It's called, like I said, it's called Before Shit Got Weird. It came out, I think, in March of this year. It's 21 songs. It's a good hour listen, I believe. About like an hour and like a minute or something. It's good. It's broken up well, though, because it's skits and it's interludes on there. So, I fuck with that shit heavy. Before we get any further, though, shout out to all of our supporters, man. The Crack Rock La Familia, the Crack Fam. Shout out to all of y'all. Shout out to everybody listening from work, from the gym, wherever you at. You in school, you in school library. You gotta. This is actually this is midterms and shit coming up right now. Midterms or final? I think it's finals actually, not midterms. Around this time of the year, bunch of y'all is in school, stressing about y'all final papers and all that. So we appreciate y'all for fucking with us while you going through that time. And just remember, you gonna get through it. Don't stress, man. It's gonna be alright. It's gonna be alright. But where you want to start today, my brother? Like, we got a couple of topics today that's gonna be interesting for the people. Actually, we could start here, being that we was talking about our weeks, and this is one. This is an interesting topic because we was actually talking about The Rock earlier. You know what I mean? That's where I'm from. You know what I mean? Where we spent a lot of our time. Did you see that story about the motherfucking the whale, nigga? The whale that washed up on the on the beach out there in The Rock?
My nigga, I did not.
Boy. A whole beach whale, my nigga, on the block, my nigga. I think it was on 73rd or something like that on the beach.
Yeah, you was the one that put me on to it. I was like, God, what the fuck?
A whole whale, bro. Just imagine that, nigga. You know, we good for, you know what I'm saying, back in the day, you know what I mean, niggas might have a spliff, be out there with the homie, shout out to the homie D. Niggas would be on that boardwalk just kicking it. We might be chilling. We might walk to the park, go shoot some hoops. Or niggas just might be out there fucking with the shorties or whatever. Whatever the fuck the case may be. Niggas ain't never in a million years thought we will be walking on that boardwalk and come across a fucking whale, my nigga. A whole whale, bro. In the hood. Oh, man, that shit had to be wild, my nigga. Like
It's what, 30 feet?
A whole 30-foot whale, bro. Beach whale. That shit was 30 feet. And the wild part, it was still alive when they found it. Know what I mean? That shit was at, I think they said it was at 9 a.m. I'm pulling up the article right now trying to get the facts, but sure enough. 9 a.m., Department of Parks and Recreation spokesperson Megan Layler said, we mourn the loss for this awe-inspiring creature. A whale found on the beach Tuesday was the third sperm whale to become stranded in the New York City area in recent months. I just found out that it's illegal. It's literally illegal to come in contact with an animal like this, a marine mammal. It's illegal to touch them, to feed them, or come in contact with them at any instance. You can literally go to jail. So let's say the niggas that first located this whale on the beach, they walking by them, and know what I mean, they on the beach, because the people that found it were actually, I think they were doing construction on the actual beach, so they were part of like the union and they construction team or whatever. But I'm just thinking, yo, imagine we walking down the boardwalk, my nigga. I mean, niggas passing the spliff around, and we see this big motherfucker on the beach. If we was to go up to that shit and touch it, literally, and somebody saw that, we could go to jail for that, or be fined. I didn't know that. And they are protected by the Marine Mammal Protection Act. There's a whole law in place, bro.
So if the motherfuckers just pull up on the beach, we can't go and take a picnic on the beach?
You can take a picnic, but don't touch them.
Oh man, I was gonna try to bring one of them motherfuckers home, make a whale sandwich or something. Whale and chips.
A little Moby Dick sandwich. Pause.
Yeah, pause. What?
Man, that was crazy. That was actually a little Shamu sandwich. Forget I said that. I was trying to think of popular whales, and Moby Dick was the first one I came with, but we gonna go with Shamu. We gonna have a little Shamu sandwich.
We're gonna censor that out.
That shit, and especially that shit being in the Rock, bro. We know, and especially that area, 73rd Street, that's over there by the park. They just fixed that area up, but that's also next to the P's, too, so imagine them hood niggas seeing that shit, bro. Niggas was definitely trying to figure out how they could bust a sale. Niggas was charging niggas to come to the boardwalk. Hey, yo, I mean, charging tourists and shit, because you know they got that boat now that goes from the Rock, the board from the beach to the city now.
Oh,
it's like
man.
a nice 30-minute ride on the water.
You know, I actually took that shit one day randomly. I just decided to take it just randomly. I was like, you know what? I'm going to the city today. I'm like, man, I'm not a fan of taking the train. I hate the train. If anybody know me, they know that. But so I'm like, man, nah, man. I'm gonna take an Uber to this to this ferry and see what this is like. Man, that shit is a cool experience, man.
I could imagine.
Yeah, man. Like it's really chill, bro. Like it's really chill.
I could imagine. So So they introduced that shit after I moved from the Rock. I was living in Houston already when I first seen that shit come about. So I always and I mean in my times going back to the city, I seen it. Like I actually remember when they created it, and then after they created it, going back, I would see it like in action. I would see where the stop was, all that. But I never rode it, so that's cool that you did. I could imagine though, and I'm not really a boat nigga. Like I'm actually not really. I don't really fuck with ships, boats, like cruises, none of that shit. Like I'm not really into that shit. I feel like I'd be too I'd be too worried about getting off as opposed to enjoying my shit on there. But that's dope. Like so how long was the ride? You remember?
I can't really remember. I think it was a little minute. I think it was like a good like 45 minutes or some shit like that. I'm not really sure.
Yeah, I think they said it was about 45 cuz if you think taking the A train from the Rock to like Times Square, let's say, that shit going to take you over an hour.
Yeah, it's a good hour, 10 at least. A good hour. At least a good hour.
At least minimum is an hour. That's with no no sick passengers, no niggas holding the door up and shit, no stoppages. That's straight through. Every stop you get in and get out on a good case. So
Uh,
that makes sense if it's like a good 40 45 minutes on the boat, and that got to be a much better ride too. Just on the open sea, depending on the weather now, and of course, because if it's like some rainy shit, I don't know if they even work, if they're functioning, or if that's a good trip, nigga. I'm on a boat and it's raining and it's rocking. I don't give a fuck how peaceful that shit might be. It ain't gonna seem peaceful for me.
right.
But that's what's up, though. I still want to take that ride. I'm gonna go one of these days when I go back to the city and shit.
Yeah, bro, you should, man. Like, I'm all for, experiences, man. You know,
Nah, facts. New experiences.
cool, dope experiences, chill shit. Like, anybody who knows me know I'm not into, I don't, I don't go where everybody goes. You know what I'm saying? I don't like to, you know what I mean, be where everybody's at. I'm just not that. That's not in my, uh, you know, character, I guess. But shit like that, chill shit. I really, I enjoy it, especially by myself.
Yeah, for sure. I was about to say definitely. I'm cause same. I'm into experiencing new shit. Like crazy enough. So it's funny you mentioned that today, nigga. After we pod, nigga, I'm going axe throwing for the first time. Me and my shorty. I ain't never did that shit. You know that's a new trendy thing now. Niggas
Right.
got axe throwing
I noticed.
places popping up.
Right.
That's good. Like you can see every year there's a new thing that just pops up and it's like a trend because it's cool to Instagram and it's cool to TikTok. So with that comes a bunch of motherfuckers wanting to do it. So we doing that today. And today tomorrow is my shorty birthday. So you know what I'm saying,
Hey,
happy
happy
birthday.
birthday to the missus.
Happy birthday to the missus. So that's what that we doing that. We doing that tonight.
Man,
Bringing her birthday and some new shit.
I hope her night is special, beautiful. Hope you guys have a memorable night for sure.
Yeah, nah, good looks, my boy. Good looks. Hell yeah, that shit gonna be fun, man. I'm excited. You know what I mean? We got a nice reservation for a good hour of some axe throwing. So I'm curious to see what that experience is about. I don't even think I've ever held an axe in my hand in general. Like, so it's gonna be pretty cool.
Yeah, that's dope, man.
It's pretty cool. That's gonna be pretty cool, man. But let's see here. Where do we go from here, man? Before we get into the what it is. I had this question, and maybe it may get as deep as pause as what I was thinking about it, but I just been, you know what I mean, with social media and the years going by, and we get into the end of the year, you know what I mean, you kind of look you look back over what your year was, and over the years, you kind of just, you take an assessment on your life, and whether that's a positive or negative thing, it's kind of just normal to do that shit around this time of the year. And I was actually, shout out to my nigga Kang, friend of the pod, friend of the show and shit. Me and him, anytime me and that nigga link up when we talking, that shit get we be talking like about
For hours,
deep shit. Nah, word, like for real, like about shit that actually matters. No, it ain't no bullshit. And especially in reference to our crafts and just life, you know what I mean? That nigga
That's how you know when you talking to a real one, man. Shout out to
Nah,
Ken.
facts. Big facts, man. Shout out to Ken. It's funny how I started the conversation. He posted some shit on the gram, and it was a screenshot of somebody sending him a message, and the message was basically expressing their appreciation for him in every instance that he's giving them knowledge about whatever the fuck it might be, music, this, that. And I hit him up saying, yo, this is the perfect representation of who you are, my nigga. Like, any chance I get to shout that nigga out for what he helped me with, giving me knowledge on certain mixing tips and engineering shit, that's who that nigga was. He never held any information back. So I hit him up saying like, yo, bro, just as much as this person is bigging you up, I'm gonna piggyback on them and use this moment to shout you out some more, bro. Like, cause I always said, as much as y'all remember from this pod, that nigga was instrumental in helping me learn how to mix music. And I don't consider myself an engineer because I ain't at that level, but he gave me enough information based off of what I already knew and what I could research to get better. He helped me get better. And the nigga that was shouting him out said the same thing. So I was basically, giving him that praise. But anyway, this gets into the topic I was saying is we were talking about technology, right? Because he got a new tech job, and we always talk about our creative endeavors and shit we might be working with and how we could work together in the future. And I had the question like, yo, do you think with all these new advancements we got in technology, all this new AI stuff, these new apps, all of this new shit, do you think that shit takes a toll and undermines true creativity and the value we put on this creativity? And for an example of what I mean by that is, I think we losing the true essence of what art is, fam. Like, we actually moving away from talking about music on this pod. As you can see, we don't really talk about it that much. And it's not because possibly we don't like to or want to. It's just that the music is lacking something. It's lacking that true essence that you connect to as a person, as a human. That law of attraction we was talking about, things that you're drawn to subconsciously, you don't even know why. We're losing that shit with art, fam. And I think it's because technology is advancing so fast. There are things that are allowing you to cut corners in your creativity. So things like, we got artificial intelligence. Like, perfect example. This is just one. Did you see over the last few weeks, they got this new artificial intelligence app that is creating a bunch of like animated characters for everybody? Did you see that shit?
Oh yeah, that's what everybody's like posting. Like they sell.
Yeah, they like in a different animated character, but it's them just drawn out, right? So what that is, it's an app that already existed, but they introduced this new feature recently where one, this is just a clear indicator of like, yo, they got all our data and our facial recognition shit. But how it works, you have to send them, I believe, you have to select up to 20 pictures of yourself. Different angles, different facial expressions. You submit 20 of them to this app, and then they artificially intelligence uses whatever coding that they have to generate images of you based off of the photos you sent. And it's supposed to look exactly like you. And I think you have to pay for it. Like, you send, I don't know how much it is because I didn't use it, but you pay a price and they send you up to like 100 pictures that's artificially intelligent created images of yourself. And some of them shits look super fire. Some of them shits look like, all right, that ain't you. But what I'm getting at with this technology, yo, like that. There's artists and shit. There's people that draw that do that exact same thing, but they actually put they blood, sweat, tears, they life into that shit. You know what I mean? Like, it takes them time. They have to care. Each fucking stroke of the pencil or the pen that they use and they paintbrush is calculated. It means something to them. So for this artificial intelligence to come out and boom, you pay $5, $10, whatever it be, and you can get these images sent to your phone in like 5 minutes. It takes away that whole interaction of finding an artist that you like, liking their art, reaching out to them. Like, you know what I mean? Like, the true essence of what it means to be a human, son. Like, if you can just have an artificial intelligence, a robot, you just come and just recreate that shit, you losing all of that, bro. You losing all of that shit. So I'm like, it also undermines the creativity and value of that artist. You know what I mean? You could get that same artificial intelligence created image from an artist, right? Now, I mean, somebody you knew, you spoke to them. They can send you that same image. It's going to mean more than you just getting it from an app. Because you know the time it took to make it. The detail they took to make sure your eyebrows look like your eyebrows. Your fucking facial features look just like that. It means more to you because you connect with the person that made it. When some app is just doing it for you, like, you get the image, you post it on Instagram, and you go about your day. It don't even mean much to you. Like, you know what I'm saying? How you feel about that shit, bro? Just how fast where we're coming, where we're going, and how fast technology is changing shit in this world. It's kind of crazy, you know what I mean? It's wild.
You know, I kind of think about that a lot, to be honest with you. You know,
for real.
Uh,
Because, I mean, I got a couple of other examples, too. Maybe while you think on that, like, I got another example of, I was speaking to Kang, like I said, and he was talking to, I believe who he said he was speaking to, but they were asking him, like, hey, do you have any engineering templates that you can send me? And I mean, for those of y'all listening, in that instance, a template for engineers or a producer template is whatever program you use, whether it's Pro Tools, FL Studio, Logic. When you open up your platform, you open the program up, it's gonna open up and load either a blank page, or if you have a template, it's gonna open up to what those settings are set to. So, for example, if you open up a template, it's going to have all your vocal presets, all of your beat making presets in order. So now you kind of just drag, drop, and plug in and play what you want to do. It removes it. I use presets because it saves me time, but these presets aren't definitive. You still have to make minor tweaks and shit to it to give it that true essence to yourself and your actual creativity. You know what I mean? But the fact that these things exist now is cutting the corner of somebody even learning those skills, you know what I mean? Learning that those techniques. You could just put a template and think you got it, you know what I mean? You think you got it figured out and just drag. It's making it real robotic and real formulaic more than creativity and skill being involved. So, what do you think overall just about creativity in general? Going back to the music topic, we know we talk about music and we don't care. Like, SZA album, I still ain't listened to that shit. And
right.
Not that it's not good, but that's just where music is now, bro. Like, shit is so, it's like a dime a dozen. Like, niggas don't care.
Right. And honestly,
it's weird.
It's not really the frequency, man. If you on the same frequency as everybody else, I'm probably not gonna hear your shit.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah, that's it. You know, if your melody is just in that realm, I'm just probably not gonna. It's too much. It's just too much. It's overwhelming. And even if I do hear your shit, what makes me like your shit over the other 14,000 songs that I just heard before this one?
That sound the same.
Sounds the same, or sounds similar, or like I said, same frequency.
It's fucked up. Like I mentioned earlier, I find myself going back to the artists like a Spitter, like a Cuddy, like a Big Sean, like a Mac Miller. Artists that at that age, when this shit didn't exist early on in the blog era,
Right.
shit, music that I grew up listening to and I connected at a time of my life that it meant something. I found myself going back to those artists and just trying to pull inspiration from those times. And then in retrospect, seeing where they are now, you know what I mean? And kind of just trying to follow that path of, all right, fuck what's trendy and what's cool right now. Spitter had it figured out for years. I mean, find your formula and stick to your formula. It's really what it is, man. So
I agree.
I don't know. I thought that shit was cool, man. Because like I said, I don't even know what led me to even wanting to know that question, but I thought it's important in like where we're going in society today. You know what I mean? Actually, I think I know specifically what it was. Now that I'm thinking about it, I just remembered I was reading this article.
Yeah.
It's on Pitchfork in my producer bag, you know what I mean? Because I've been, you know what I mean, behind the scenes working on some things. I'm back in my producer bag or whatever. But this article is called, it's from Pitchfork, and it's called Sample Snitching: How Online Fan Chatter Can Create Legal Trouble for Rap Producers. I'm not going to read the entire article, and this came out last year, so this isn't new. This came out at the beginning of last year. It's not new, but it's a thing that constantly happens, and we see with where society is going, social media, everybody having a voice, technological advances. This is just something that spawns based off of that. So, you know, nigga, coming up, we making music, we would use samples, nigga, I'm sampling Jodeci, all that type of shit. Like, I learned to make beats from sampling, you know what I mean? Shout out to Kanye. He was one of my first inspirations on how to make beats. And it was because when I had an early version of FL Studio, the stock sounds they had on there was ass. And I was at a beginner level that I didn't really know how to sound design my own shit to make it a different sound based off of the stock thing. So I was using samples. You know what I mean? I wanted to sample shit. But, you know, it was always a thing. If you sample something, yo, you got to get it cleared. It can't get cleared if you know what I mean, if it's this certain sample. Then I would take that and try to find lesser known samples or modify them in my own way. This article is basically saying there are websites now and YouTube algorithms that are allowing people to identify a sample that you use just based off of a software that was created. And it's kind of fucked up because for niggas like me, for other producers that take these samples and flip them in a way that you won't even know that it's a sample or it was taken from somewhere, which I don't even know if I should say that this is how people got around sampling shit back in the day, because it was just unknown that that's the sample they were using. They flipped it so well that it was considered like an interpolation of the sample as opposed to a sample chop. So you could get away with using it and not having to, get it cleared. The fact that they have a software now, an algorithm, a technology that's able to point that out, is not that good of a thing. Because I'm like, who else does that benefit? Like, who does it benefit at all? Outside of just a listener of music that just may on their own want to know what a sample is. It's kind of crazy that there's a technology out to pinpoint this type of shit, which essentially could fuck up how we consume music. You know what I'm saying? You can't get them fly samples cleared, and there's a whole platform used to fucking tell you what a sample is. It's like, it just makes it hard for an artist to really be truly creative. So it's interesting, man, where we going in the future, where music is going, how we gonna consume that shit.
Shit, how about how we gonna live life and how are we gonna consume everything else? That's more interesting. Like, I feel like music is just a small part of it, even though low key, as I've gotten older, I've kind of come to an understanding that music is it kind of controls our lives in a way.
Nah, it definitely does,
Or
especially
maybe it's
growing
the
up.
idea of celebrity in general. But more times than not, it's more, it's more so of a rapper, like an artist, you know what I'm saying, that we kind of
Connect to.
stand with, or you know what I'm saying, stand for connect.
We identify with them somehow.
Right.
Yeah, hell yeah. Yeah, it's interesting, man. I guess overall, where all it is coming from is me just trying to, like I said, we got so many things in the works, and we not gonna speak on it, not yet anyway. Actually, for all the Crack Rock La Familia out there, all the fans that supporting us, best believe 2023 we got a lot of cool things in store for y'all, man. Like, it's without saying too much, drugs, like, man, it's just cool to see where we going. But anyway, trying to figure out how the future is going to be and where we stand in that with what we doing now, what we planning.
Right.
I guess that's what led me to wanting to find out these kind of things and just focusing on these type of things, man. Seeing where content and where creativity and what that shit means is I came to the question of like, yo, are people that are creative gonna have value in the future if they just gonna have a robot to do the same thing? You know what I mean? We thought it was just with jobs and shit. We thought it was just with, they got this, if you a truck driver, there's a new automated truck driver that's an automated robot that can drive trucks that's going to take your job type shit. When it comes to creativity now, people like robots fucking with that's a little different, son. Like, it gets a little different in there, so it's wild.
Oh, scary.
Yeah, man. We already seen artificial intelligent rappers that niggas tried to put out, so who knows what's on the way. It's crazy. It's motherfucking crazy, man. But let's see. You wanna get into the TV, you know what I mean? Get into our TV movie segment?
Yes, please.
Yes. All right. Now, folks, it's a time for a segment I like to call TV and movie reviews. You know what I'm saying? Let's start with motherfucking White Lotus, man. White Low. Season finale came and went. You finished the season, my brother?
Man, listen, man. Yeah. You already know that shit.
Good Aubrey. Baby girl Aubrey Plaza. Shout out to Aubrey Plaza. I fucking love Aubrey Plaza. I loved her the first time I seen her character, but now that she's getting more recognition, I realize I really like this bitch. I think she hot, and I love her personality in movies and shows and shit. It's real cool, laid back, and funny without being. It's like dry humor funny.
Yeah.
Perfect example. Spoiler alert for anybody that haven't seen White Lotus. The last episode I seen, because you said you finished the season. I haven't finished. I think I got 2 episodes left. But last episode I seen was when she finally she found out what went down on the day where her man and the dude that he's there with, the couple, they had their little time alone. And she figured out what it went down. She found the condom wrapper or whatever. So now they're at dinner, and she's trying to figure out what went down in the midst of everybody. And she's like, yo, so did you guys ever have sex with the same woman? Blah, blah, blah. She's leading these niggas up to asking them questions, basically trying to get them to explain what happened. And then at the end of it, she's like, oh, well, I guess you should just do Molly because old habits die hard or some shit. Real funny, like, dry humor on the low. You would only catch it if you fuck with that type of humor type shit. And I was like, yeah. See, that right there is the shit I fuck with, why I fuck with her. But, man, White Lotus, what do you think, bro? Because like I said, I still got the last 2 episodes. We could probably talk about it because I kind of see where it's going. But what do you think about the season, man? We spoke about it briefly on a couple of other pods, but let's get into it, man. We can kind of do a whole brief review.
The season was really dope, man. This cast, so I'm more of a fan of this cast as opposed to the first season. Man, these little scenarios, man. Oh man, shit from from the dad and the son,
And the
the whole
grandfather.
trio. Yeah, yeah. Oh man, honestly, they the funniest
I was
of
about to say, yeah.
the whole season for me. Like
They're my favorite. When they're on screen, is my favorite for
yeah,
sure.
yeah, yeah.
Just the dynamic. The dynamic is such a normal dynamic. That's why it's probably my favorite. It makes sense. Like
Right.
how it's written is written so well. But what you think? Like what you fuck with about them specifically? You know what I'm saying? My bad, I cut you off.
But no, it's I think you were yeah. It's basically what you said. They're relatable, obviously.
Mm-hmm.
The dad, found these two biddies, you know what I'm saying? Cute biddies, you know what I mean? Gave him the key to the, you know what I mean? Had him, you know what I mean? Had
Nigga
his
had
little
them easy
fun.
access.
Then the son comes up, ends up meeting her,
Same girl.
tries to wife it.
This nigga, yo, nah. You know what? Funny as shit when she spent the night the first time and she was like, "Yo, where's my money?" Bro, face was like, "Yo, damn, I didn't know this is what we was on."
Right.
It's funny though, cause she, you know what I mean, like just that world. I'll be thinking about that, right? Like perfect example. That shit went down, but she feeling him still, but she also realized this is her job. So she was trying to play both sides of like, oh yo, nah, it's all good. You didn't know. I'm sorry you didn't know. But I do still fuck with you, but I do still need this money. You know what I mean? Like it's a good dynamic of him being green. That nigga was green as grass, bro. That nigga was green in every situation. Like before he even started fucking, cause you gotta think how he started fucking with her. He was fucking with the other lady. I forgot what's her name? Jennifer Coolidge. Her character, the assistant. Her assistant. I mean, he was fucking with her, thinking that they was vibing. They had plans to go meet, cause they the assistant and Jennifer Coolidge came across like these gay dudes that they were super rich, so they started kicking it with them. So they had plans to meet, cause what I mean, the assistant wasn't really, and actually, I'm about to pull up her name while I keep saying the assistant, but she wasn't really feeling. She didn't want to be there with Jennifer. Tanya is her name. Jennifer Coolidge plays Tanya,
Right. Yeah.
and her assistant. Let me find her name. I think it's Nicole. Is it Nicole? No, no, it's Portia. Her name is
Right.
Portia.
There you go.
Portia, word. So, what I mean? Portia is there. She don't really want to be there because, remember, Tanya came there with her husband. Portia wasn't even supposed to be there. The husband found out and was like, yo, why the fuck is she here? Tanya is letting him know, yo, I need her. This is my sister and I can't live without her. Fast forward, they run into a couple of gay dudes. They're super rich. And now they're hanging out together. This is the first time where Portia and Tanya are kind of like hanging out on some, oh, yo, we just hanging out together. We cool type shit. So within that, the assistant, Portia, comes across a young dude who's with the gay dudes. He is allegedly the nephew of the guy that's pretty much the main person. So now they hit it off, and the son, old boy, realizes this, and he starts to get jealous. What's his name? Albie, the DeGrasso family. You got Albie, you got Dominic, who's the pops, and then you got Bert, the grandfather.
Right.
Albie, man, that nigga was green as hell, bro. That nigga, he fell in love with a motherfucking hooker. He fell in love with Portia. Like, he was just all fucked up, man. But really, really good motherfucking show. What was your favorite? Like, I know I'm on a rant and shit, but what did you fuck with most about the show?
Hmm. I think I fucked with just the randomness of it, you know, all the situations were kind of just like random, bro. So it's like,
Random.
yeah, like, from the whole, the two couples, the one and it was so which I thought was dope too about the married couple.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
Um
I love that dynamic. That was a pretty cool dynamic.
yeah, because it kind of gave you kind of like an insight. Like it kind of gave you a, you know, another perspective on like marriage, but like open marriage. But
Mm-hmm.
like when open marriage kind of just goes to shit.
Yeah.
Like, hey, like you know what I'm saying? I can't really explain it with the wife, but I understand it.
Open in so in the show we see two couples. We see a couple that is newly into getting money. I mean, what's my man name? What's my man name? Asian bro. Let me see if I can find his name. Fuck. My man Ethan, the Asian dude Ethan. He comes
Okay.
into new money. You know what I mean? Cause he's fucking with son from Divergent, Cameron. You know what I mean? He's fucking with Cam. They
Right.
got a business where now them niggas is loaded, and Cam was already in. He had money, but this is Ethan's first time. I mean, they went to college together. They were roommates. They weren't really friends, but they were roommates. And just happens now Ethan is working with him. So they're trying to maintain a friendship and a business relationship at the same time. So with that, you got their spouses and their partners intermingling because they're on this trip together. You know what I mean? That was the point of them coming on this trip. With that, you got Cameron and his shorty who are married. His shorty Daphne, they're married and they're living in an open relationship that is kind of goes unspoken and they just doing their thing. And you got the other side, you got Aubrey Plaza's Harper character and Ethan. They're just coming into money, you know what I mean? They're new. They're trying to navigate their relationship with money now and their new relationship of these people are going to be our friends now because this is my boyfriend's business partner and like this is just the circles we running in. So it's a dynamic of them trying to figure out who's the better couple. I think that always is a thing that comes out just subconsciously with people in general. Couples
Right.
go on couple dates or I mean couple nights. Subconsciously the competition is always there.
Right. But then as you can see, these couples, they're learning, they're kind of learning about themselves and their own situations
Mm-hmm.
and each other's. You know what I'm saying? So it's like,
It's like they're learning it through the other couples. Like they're
right,
seeing
right,
what they don't like in the other couple, bringing it back to one another, and that is causing a whole other train of thought or problems
right, right,
because of it. And ultimately, this comes down to comparison. As humans, as a species, we have trouble with comparing and competing with other people that are just not even in direct competition with us. It's just a thing that people do. You pair yourself up with whoever it is that you're with at the moment. So something that in their relationship might have worked. Now they got this other couple around. They're seeing how they do it. They start to question how they run their relationship now. And then of course, like Ethan is on some shit too, though. Like Aubrey Plaza's man, like he on some. You know, what I mean, we don't really know where he stands with shit. Like I haven't finished the season. Maybe you could speak to this more. Like he already is on some. Nah, I mean he not really into his girl. Like this nigga is watching porn instead of having sex with his girl and shit. Like he already on some next shit.
right.
So and then we got the scene where Cam, you know what I mean, this nigga before we even get later in the season. This is early in the season where we see he goes up to the room for a shirt. Aubrey Plaza's in the room already. This nigga gets undressed right in front of her, kind of like on some. He didn't notice she was there, but he clearly knew she was there. She tried to pretend that she didn't know, and then it was just sus. And then fast forward, we see where that turns into. It's just nasty, fam. Like overall, I felt the way about mad situations in this shit. Man, shit. You got the scene where, you know what I mean? Ethan, I mean, Aubrey Plaza think he's cheating because of the situation where they was with the hookers. He explains to her, she don't believe him. So now, let me figure out what I'm trying to say. Now we see a common thing that typically happens. Your girl thinks you're cheating, she don't believe you. So now what is the next logical thing to her? What she does? she goes and fucks with a nigga that you cool with to make you jealous. So it's I think this show does a great job of giving us every aspect of relationships and as an individual on every level. You know what I mean? Throughout all of these characters, we have different scenarios, but each character is kind of going through the same shit. You know what I mean? We got the receptionist lady. she you know what I mean, she's in the LGBTQ community, and she's trying to court the other shorty that work at the front while trying not to hint to other people that this is her lifestyle. You know what I mean? This is interesting. There's so many different cool ways that they present the stories in this shit. You know what I mean? You got the hookers there. You got the hookers that are young girls that are trying to get money. You got one of them that wants to sing. So you see she's using her sex to try to get ahead. You got another one that's kind of lost. She's just into money. She's using her sex to get money, and she kind of gets to a place where she feels that it's not worth it. It's cool. I love the writing for this shit. You know what I mean? Well recommended show. You know what I mean?
Yeah, man. Dangerous show to watch, man. If you're watching with your significant other and you guys aren't secure yet.
For sure.
You might want to hold it down.
Emphasis on if you're not secure yet.
Yeah.
That shit'll fuck you up.
I be hearing about that, like, or I not hear about that. Like, I know people that has told me that they watch shit with their significant other, and it brings up conversations or some sort of argument that pertain to maybe something that went on, and or maybe a conversation sparked. And from that conversation, from that situation that they just seen, it, brought on to, how that shit goes. So, shout out to those people, man. May the force be with you guys.
Hope you handle that shit well.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, good motherfucking show though, man. Well recommended. The full season is out. I think it's only 7 episodes. That was another thing that was weird about it. It's on HBO Max, and it's only typically HBO does what, like 10 episodes per season? Because I know Netflix typically has like 8 episodes. HBO typically does 10. This shit on HBO, it was a limited series. I think it was only 7 episodes.
Yeah,
it's interesting though.
It was 7.
But, yeah, it's definitely 7. Because like I said, I was watching it, trying to catch up, and 7 was the last one.
It's like HBO has this thing where like, it's like that's the ballpark, 7, 8, 9. For a season.
Nah, facts. Shout out to Simona Tabasco. She plays Lucia in season 2.
One of the girls.
Yeah, that's shorty right there, boy.
Yeah, she fired, dog.
I just found her Instagram, so I had to.
And she getting crazy all through the damn show. That's what I was fucking. I was like, God damn, yeah, that's what I need, dog.
Yeah, she on her Instagram, she got next to her name, she got a little jalapeno pepper. I think that's perfect.
Yeah, for sure.
That's crazy. I'm gonna send you her Instagram, and I remember what I was telling you earlier. I'm gonna send you that too, so you can see. Cause goddamn, it's crazy. But so moving on, another movie I watched over the week. It's called Emily the Criminal. I'm not sure if you've seen that. That's on Netflix. That's with Aubrey Plaza as well. I mean, good movie. I watched that shit. Quick synopsis of it. She is she's down on her luck. She's trying to find money. She comes across somebody that tells her, oh no, you know what she's doing? She's doing like a DoorDash thing. She's working for this company, and as she's working, one of her co-workers has his son. He has to go to like his son's game or whatever, so he has to call out of work, and he wants her to cover his shift. So she does. She's doing his route, and he basically texts her like, yo, I appreciate it. If you want to make some more money, if you want to make $200 in an hour, do this. This is what I've done before to do it. Oh, no, this is some shit that I've heard about. You can try it out. So, I mean, where she's at in life, she's like, yo, I need this bread. Let me try to make that 200. And I think there might be some other indicators in her life as to why she needs money at this point. But she goes, she meets the dude, and basically she starts doing credit card fraud. She meets the dude, basically tells her, yo, you can make 200 in an hour. All you gotta do is show up here, do what I tell you, and you'll get the bread. So she shows up, it's like a class. You know what it reminds me of? It reminds me of like when you in college and you get to one of them jobs that you think is your first job, but it's really like a nigga that got a pyramid scheme and you start selling knives or some shit. This is one of them like little classes. So she's sitting there, the guy's explaining how they gonna make the money. He basically tells them, yo, you gotta use this credit card. We're gonna give you each a credit card with a name on there. You're gonna get a fake ID. You go to this store and you gotta buy this TV. You bring the TV back, we give you $200. You know what I mean? But once you go there, once you buying it, if they take longer than, I believe, 8 minutes to scan the card, you know they on to you and you got to get the fuck up out of there. So, of course, she does that. First time it goes well. She gets the bread. And he's like, all right, well, you're done. If you want to make some more money, hit me up. If not, we done. So, of course, she's like, yo, that was easy. I want some more bread. She starts reaching out to him. And, of course, in the story, they fall in love with each other. So now the people he's working with is looking at him like, yo, why you fucking with this bitch? Like, she's fucking you up. Like, you losing sight of what's going on. And now she's just like, yo, I'm trying to get money, but I'm also into this dude. And, of course, you know, things escalate and the movie pans out for that. But it's pretty good movie. I fuck with it. And anything Aubrey Plaza's in, I'm going to fuck with because I like Aubrey Plaza. You know, she show her cheeks in that shit, too. For anybody that might be wondering. She does show her cheeks. You can go ahead and check that out. But good movie, too, on Netflix for y'all to check out. Recommendation from the pod.
Yeah, that's some shit I need to check out.
Yeah, nah, you'll fuck with it, bro, for sure. It's a quick watch. It's pretty fucking good. Pretty fucking good, but... Well, I mean, I guess since we here, we could probably get into the 80th annual Golden Globe nominations came out. You know what I mean? We talk about TV, movies and shit on this pod all the time.
Mm-hmm.
This is not the Oscars, but Golden Globes? No, they're not the Oscars. They're something different. But I mean, this is right up there with,
you know, depending on, you know, how you feel and what you think about those award shows. This is important.
Just as important. Now, you're right. Especially in that world, it's something that means something to you. So,
right.
I mean, the 80th annual Golden Globes. This is the crack in the 80s edition. You know what I mean? Crack. Look how I come around, though, the 80th annual. And this shit is hosted by the good brother Gerard Carmichael. So, I mean, good brother hosting this shit. So, we ain't going to talk too much about it. I just wanted to get into some of the shit. Some of the shows and movies that we actually spoke about this year. And just, you know what I mean? Just shout them out. So, best television series, a musical or a comedy. The nominations are Abbott Elementary, of course. You know, they're going to clean up. Shout out to Quinta Brunson, man. Like, whatever you feel about the show, I watch that shit every week. They on break right now, but they really killing shit, man. They killing shit. For real. Well, actually, since we talking about that, shout out to Vince Staples and Andre Iguodala. They were both on the last episode. That was a good cameos. It was pretty funny. My nigga Vince, you know Vince is a funny ass nigga, so
For sure.
That nigga is funny as hell on that shit, boy. So I'm excited to see his new series that's coming to Netflix. But Abbott Elementary, The Bear, I spoke about The Bear on here, FX show. It's nominated. Hacks, we spoke about that before. Hacks is on there. Wednesday is also on there. And I never seen this one, but it's called Only Murders in the Building, starring Steve Martin. But I never seen it. It comes on Hulu. I never even heard about it, honestly. But now I'm curious because I've heard it's pretty good. I fuck with Steve Martin, so I'm going to probably go check that out for sure. Have you heard about that shit, bro? Only Murders in the Building?
Nah.
Yeah, nah, I never heard about it either. Tina Fey is in there, too. Wow. Jane Lynch, Selena Gomez. Okay, this seems like... Oh, Martin Short? This seems like some shit I want to fuck with.
Hell yeah.
Selena Gomez, Martin Short, Steve Martin, Tina Fey. I fuck with all of them. Sting is in this bitch. Holy shit. The singer Sting, not the not the wrestler. Jane Lynch, Hacks. Look. Oh no, Jane Lynch isn't in Hacks. I'm tripping. I'm thinking of somebody else. But those are best televisions. Who you think got that? Abbott Elementary, The Bear, Hacks, Only Murders in the Building, and Wednesday. Best television series. I'm gonna go with Abbott just because it's already been wilding, but it could go to anybody. Honestly, bro, it's a good 5 candidates right there.
Yeah. I don't know. Abbott has been smoking shit lately, man.
And I'm thinking they're gonna give it to Abbott for that reason.
Yeah.
They really been smoking shit. I'm gonna say Abbott or Wednesday. Because you know Jenna Ortega, she's a Hollywood darling at the moment. You know what I'm saying? Speaking of, she's gonna be in the new Scream movie, Scream 6. So it will make sense if they start building her up, giving her awards and shit. That's typically how it goes. You know what I mean? They stars of the future. They build them up early on in their career, get them no awards, so people are they on the radar, so people can check out their other shit. But we're gonna see. Next category: best performance by an actress in a television series, a musical or comedy. Again, we got Quinta Brunson, Abbott Elementary, Selena Gomez, Only Murders in the Building, Jaina Ortega, Wednesday, Jean Smart, Hacks, Callie Cuoco, The Flight Attendant. See, I never seen The Flight Attendant, but we got those actors. So shout out to everybody that got nominated. Shout out to Quinta Brunson. She really been killing it. To think Abbott came out, last year? She been wilding, bro. Like, this shit came out last year, and they got 2 seasons in the same year. Like, the end of the season 1 was like in January of this year, and they started season 2 this year, like, fast. It was only like a month break. So you know them niggas is getting to it. They got that shit in production like the fucking Wire or something, nigga. That shit is gonna come on. So, curious to see. Just to round out the last of these awards, we got best performance by an actor in a television series. We got Donald Glover, Atlanta. Steve Martin, Only Murders in the Building. Bill Hader and Barry. Martin Short, Only Murders in the Building, and Jeremy Allen White in The Bear. I want to give that shit to Jeremy Allen White, The Bear, for sure. I fuck with Donald Glover in Atlanta, but his scenes in Atlanta, it don't be captivating. Like, you don't learn nothing or feel anything when you're watching his character. To me, if I'm being honest, you don't feel much.
Not specifically his scenes, I would say, but yeah, I think I'm with you on that.
Like, I don't feel anything to be like, yo, nah, he killed that scene right there, or yo, that dialogue was insane. I know you haven't watched The Bear, but
I did.
Oh, nigga, so you know, bro. What's my man name? Cousin? Wait, what's his name? Cam? Oh, no, K, fuck, something with a C. I can't remember my man name. But he smoked that role, bro. He killed that shit.
Yeah, I fuck with that show. I'm waiting for the next season.
Nah, facts. They actually got the restaurant now. It's called The Bear. I like that too. How, at the end, you see what the title stood for, and it's pretty fucking dope. And ending it, best motion picture, Avatar: The Way of the Water, which did come out this past weekend. So, of course, they had to get that on there. Elvis, Top Gun, The Fablemans, and Tar. Let me keep it a buck. I haven't seen any of those movies. I heard Top Gun, of course, was a box office smash. Avatar is going to be just more of the same. Elvis, fuck Elvis, but apparently I heard that movie was pretty good as well. The Fablemans I've never heard of, but I think that's a Steven Spielberg movie, if I'm not mistaken. And Tar, I don't know anything about that shit, so. Shout out to all the nominees, man.
Yeah, man, for sure. Gotta check out some of them fucking flicks.
Yeah, for sure I'm gonna check them out. I'm gonna definitely check them out. I just looking over it says most nominated TV series or programs. Abbott Elementary got 5 with the most nominations. Coming in second is Everything Else. White Lotus is at 4. Monster, the Jeffrey Dahmer story. Netflix is on show is on number 4. I mean, it's 4 nominations. The Only Murders in the Building has 4 as well. And Pam and Tommy, the Pamela Anderson documentary series, is up there. I didn't see that at all. And The Crown, rounding out with 4 as well. So, pretty exciting. I feel like they did a good job with everybody that's supposed to be nominated. I think when it comes to movies, they do a good job at that. As opposed to the music, like Grammys and shit, you might think, yo, who the fuck are these people? When it comes to the movie and TV show awards, they make sure they got the shit that is up there. Like, niggas pay attention to those. You know what I mean? Moving on. I seen a lot of movies this week. We could get into these another time because this was actually nominated for some awards too. But the movie Everything Everywhere All at Once, I fuck with that movie heavy.
It's on Netflix, right? Is it?
Nah, it's not on Netflix.
No.
Nah, it ain't. I forget where I seen it. I might have had a plug to watch that, but it's not on Netflix at all. Bullet Train is on Netflix.
Oh, okay, all right.
Yeah, everything everywhere all at once. I fuck with it. It's basically about like the multiverse, and I think it's an A24 movie as well. So you know, A24 don't really fuck around. That production house is on. I mean, they be on one. So good recommendation. I recommend that. Bullet Train as well. Shout out to Brad Pitt in there, Joey King, Bad Bunny is in that shit too. Bad Bunny that nigga's having a year. Man, that nigga, I seen some shit come out recently that he made some crazy shit, like $433 million gross on just albums, ticket sales this year for his tour. Crazy. Bad Bunny in there, Paperboy, shout out to Paperboy.
Paperboy.
All about that Paperboy. We're gonna save the reviews for those for like next pod or something. No.
Okay.
Let's see. Oh man, this is actually sad news, man. Sad, but it's positive though, man. Ash Ketchum, Ash and Pikachu. We won't be seeing them. They're coming to the end of their journey, bro. After 25 years, final episode of Pokemon is going to be January 13th of next year. After that, they're going to be launching a whole new series featuring new main characters, new people voicing them. It's whole new shit, bro. They rebooting Pokemon.
Oh man, don't reboot it.
They rebooting Pokemon, bro. A new Pokemon series will be launching with new main characters in April 2023. So I didn't know, this was news to me, I didn't know the voice of Ash and a couple of other characters, but specifically Ash, was voiced by a woman. I had no idea.
What the fuck?
Actress Sarah Nadosheni.
Hey, shout out to her, man. What the fuck?
Her, since 2006. She's been doing the voice for Ash and a couple of other characters.
Yeah,
they don't mention the characters, but just know it was more than Ash. This reminds me of Regina King doing the voices of motherfucking the Boondocks. She did Huey and Riley voice. It's more of the same of that, like male characters, but I mean animation is different. It don't mean like they gotta have a male voice, but typically, a lot of these roles and these characters we love is voiced by women. Like Bart Simpson is a woman who does his voice. Huey and Riley, and now Ash Ketchum. I didn't know. I had no idea. But I got a quote here from her Twitter. She tweets, "It's been an extraordinary privilege to have been the English voice of Ash Ketchum for what will be 17 years. No matter what lies beyond his final chapter, he'll live forever in the hearts of many generations to come. I'll keep him present for all of us in every way that I can." 1997 was the first time that we seen Ash and Pokemon and shit. It's crazy. 1997 is a long time ago, bro. 17 years is wild. I mean, from next spring, viewers will be introduced to two new protagonists: a young girl named Liko and a boy named Roy and Liko, who
Those
will
are.
be accompanied by three starter Pokemon. Yeah, those are the new characters.
Hmm.
Yeah, so
Yeah, I'm curious.
yeah, I'm curious too. I'm
Curious.
curious for two reasons. So the new Pokemon games, Violet and Scarlet, I believe, came out. The games themselves didn't get that much. Like it got like actually bad press because they saying the game because this is the first I think like real open world version of Pokemon that they introduced. So
Hmm.
it was a lot of backlash. People were saying how it was trash. There's a lot of glitches, which for a new thing, I'll give them benefit of the doubt. Like they still got to work all that shit out.
Hmm.
But I'm wondering, well, most likely those characters are going to be the ones that this new TV animated series is going to be focused on. So, curious to see. Three new starter Pokemon, you know what I mean? And of course, they say before that on the 13th of January, there's still an 11 episode series that's coming out to end the current Pokemon saga. So, remember, we reported Ash finally became a Pokemon champion recently. So, the last 11 episodes is going to follow that. I wonder, and I'm curious to see if they're going to introduce the new characters in this end of the season. I mean, maybe Ash might see them or whatever. You know how they might do it. So, curious to see though. But man, Ash and Pikachu, it's been fun, man.
Man,
It's been fun.
it's been a long ride, man. Pause.
It's been a while, bro. For real, for real. It's been a little minute. Ash, cause I mean, you know what I seen recently the other day pop up? I think I was on Reddit. You remember when the Pokemon movie came out, first movie in theaters, whenever that was? They had a lot of collectibles for that shit. Of course, if you went to the theater, you could get like that Pokemon card. I believe it was like a Mew card or some shit, holographic.
Hmm.
You remember? I don't know if it was McDonald's or one of these fast food restaurants, or maybe it was just a thing on the side, but they had a Pokeball that you could get, and when you opened it up, it had like a gold plated. It looks like a card, like a little square, a little rectangular square that was gold plated. Look, it was made of gold, and it had a Pokemon on it. It had like Mewtwo on one, Charizard was on another one. You remember them shits?
My memory, I feel like I know what you're talking about. It's not coming to me right now.
Let me see. I'm about to try to send it to the chat so you can see.
Yeah.
Cause them shits was hard. I remember having the Mew one. Here, look, I just sent it to the chat. You gonna see. Hell yeah, them shits. Oh, nigga, I want one now. Keep it a buck. I want one right now. It came with the Pokeball. It had the little. Know what I mean? But yeah, go ahead, check that out. I just sent it to the chat. You can look at that shit real quick.
Oh
Pe-
yeah, yeah. I wanted one
Remember them
so bad,
joints?
bro.
Boy,
Bro,
I
I
had a
wanted
few
one
of them
so bad,
joints.
bro. I never
Let
got
me see.
one.
Oh yeah, no, I had like two. I think I can't remember which ones off the top that I had, but I know I had two for sure. But
Yeah,
I was just seeing that, and it just brought me back. Like, damn, Pokemon is coming to an end. Pokemon as we know it.
yeah, man. So I hope what that means is the value of the older Pokemon cards is gonna go through the window.
Hmm, I would think so.
Hmm.
That just makes me upset though, cause I'm mad that I got rid of all my shit. Like,
Yeah, I don't even know what the fuck knowing somebody in my household seen, you know what I'm saying, and threw it away on some dumb ass.
toast them shits. Man, I got that story from a lot of people about childhood shit. My
Unfortunately,
dumb ass. I know I sold my shits. Sold those and my Yu-Gi-Oh cards. Just
man, I had my Yu-Gi-Oh card. I had it in a little box, like it was like a chest of the
yeah,
Yu-Gi-Oh cards and my Pokemon cards. I still had the collections together.
yeah, yeah. See, now I had mine in like a little booklet, the little card sleeve shit.
Yeah,
I had them shits in
and
there.
that shit making me want to look through all my shit and see if I still have it. Cause That was a
I
lot of.
know for a fact I ain't got mine, bro. I wish there was, cause you got to think. This is just any time when you were younger, you remember or hearing or just watching things, or maybe parents telling you or older people in your life telling you that one day you're gonna get older, and it's important to make sure that you value things.
Mhm.
Cause I'm looking at it, I had those cards were valuable back then, and even before I got rid of them, I had the information and I had the knowledge and smarts to know, yo, these are gonna be worth something in the future. I
Mhm.
wish it was something that really I'm asking. I wish there was like time travel existed, cause even knowing that back then, I still made the decision to get rid of them. But now, where I'm at in my age now, I'm like, yo, I wish I had a time machine to go back at that exact moment and be like, yo, don't sell them. Because it's like how you said you want to go look through it. I want to see the shit I had because I know I had some heat, son. I had mad heat.
Yeah, man.
And then knowing how much money I could get from it now is just like, damn, bro. Fuck. But I mean, that's life. You know what I mean? That's what life really is. So can't feel negative or bad about it, but it is like, fuck, I wish. What if? You know what I mean? It's that what if feeling. Who you want to move on to now, bro? I mean, I think we did enough TV and movie news for today. We got a couple more, but we can save that for when the homie Marz comes back. Specifically, you know what I mean? We got that topic that, you know what I mean? The reason why he had to take off this week, he had to put in some PTO. It was a stressful week for the brother. That good DC news. We got to have him come back and talk about that shit, man, because not only did he predict all of this shit happening, it came to fruition now. Specifically, I mean, we had that video we put up on YouTube. All the commenters hating and shit. We gotta check in with the brother next week to make sure, you know what I'm saying, he doing all right. But he could touch on that next week. Pause. But for those of y'all not aware, DC Universe as we know it is over with. Henry Cavill is not returning to the DC Universe. He put out a heartfelt statement on his Instagram.
Man, I don't know how to feel about that, man.
It's
Shout
crazy,
out to
son.
Henry, man. He did an amazing, amazing job, dog. Amazing job, bro. I don't know how
Yeah.
the fuck you came to the conclusion of replacing this guy, but man, I think I'm good on that side. I think I might be good on comic book films for a while. I'm not really sure where it's going.
Hey, nigga, you know, before we started this pod and before y'all was putting me on, I wasn't that hip to DC shit. So it ain't gonna take much for me to be like, alright, I'm tapped out again.
It's crazy
I
because I
mean,
still find it like I still watch the little animated flicks. You know, they have
oh yeah, see that's different though. Them shits be heat.
right, right.
HBO Max got all the fire shit.
Yep.
Yeah, see that's no, I still watch them shits. That shit different. Animations, I'm gonna fuck with, but the live action movies, we gonna see what they do. I mean, I'm gonna go into it, and of course we gonna talk about it more when Marz get back. But I'm open because, like I said, I fuck with Guardians of the Galaxy. I don't know how much James Gunn had to do with why I fuck with it, so I'm going into this with him being at the helm of everything. I ain't got no expectations. I know what Marz has mentioned and like his point of view. I'ma just go into the shit. I mean, I ain't got no expectations, but I'm gonna say what I do know of bro and what he's made so far is not looking good. Cause like I said, that Peacemaker shit was ass in hindsight after watching it, and the fact that that was even a character. Like I never heard of Peacemaker until that. Well, I mean, until the Suicide Squad movie, but that ain't no character that niggas really care or want to know about. And it
Man,
ain't like the movie or the series made you want to care more.
I definitely didn't bother to check that out. So
Yeah, you didn't miss anything, bro. Don't even worry about it. Don't even worry. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it, sweetheart. Yo, you ever tried Hawaiian food?
Nah, good question. I haven't.
And I tried that shit for the first time last night for the free too. Like one of my
Would you
coworkers,
bet?
their husband works at this Hawaiian restaurant out here, and they just opened brand new. It's actually, I'm gonna shout the restaurant out. It's called Hawaiian Bros. I'm not sure. I think it's a chain. But I think this is the first one that they put in this area in Houston, or maybe just in Houston in general. But anyway, old boy is the assistant manager, so he gave out a bunch of like cards from the manager. If you present it, you get a free meal. Nigga, that shit's so fire. It's called Hawaiian Island Grilled, and it's basically the meal was it was some chicken that tasted kind of similar to like how Chinese food chicken is, like a General Tso's, but not breaded, not as breaded as that shit is. It's no breading at all. It's just the chicken. So it got like the sauce on it. You got some white rice, you know what I mean? Nice white rice, and then it was like a pasta salad. Man, that shit was fire, bro. I don't know if that's authentic Hawaiian food, but that shit was good as hell, bro. I ain't even gonna front. 10 out of 10 will recommend. For sure, so. But let's go ahead and end this pod, man. Soon let's end out with these quick hits, some sports topics, you know what I mean? We at that part of the pod. Did you see all the new names and trophies and shit that the NBA they unveiled?
I did.
I don't know how I feel about them shits.
Yeah.
It's weird.
Yeah.
I'm curious to see how they came up with the names and like why. Why did they decide to name them this? Because you got, of course, they got the MVP trophy now is called the Michael Jordan Trophy. And they changed the designs up of them too, so it's a little different. Michael Jordan Trophy, of course, you would think the Jumpman would be what the trophy looks like, but the Jumpman is a trademark logo, Michael Jordan shit. So, you just had to know he wasn't going to give them the rights to use that shit without cutting him a check and giving him a bag.
Right.
So, they got a new one for that. Defensive Player of the Year trophy is now the Hakeem Olajuwon Trophy. Interesting. This is the one that throws me off. And not the person's name, it's just why they chose to name him this one. Or name this one after him, I should say. The Rookie of the Year trophy is now being called the Wilt Chamberlain Trophy. That right there was the first one that was just like, huh? I'm like, what?
Yeah, because you would kind of think, maybe it would be, maybe the Will Chamberlain trophy would be something else.
You don't attribute Wilt Chamberlain to being a rookie when his name or his greatness is brought up. So that was what confused me.
Yeah.
You think about Wilt is scoring, it's 100 points, domination. None of that implies rookie.
Did he do that in his rookie year or something?
That would be a good thing to look up. Let's see. Wilt Chamberlain rookie season. How wild would it be if this nigga didn't even win Rookie of the Year? That would be funny. And, okay, okay, maybe this is why it's the Rookie of the Year award. In his first NBA season, Wilt Chamberlain averaged 37.6 points and 27 rebounds per game.
Yeah. Go on, get that trophy to him, boy.
Go ahead and get that shit to Wilt, boy.
Yes, sir. That nigga, that such say he needed 56 games to score over 2,000 points.
2,100 points, bro. 2,102 points. Damn.
Oh my.
He broke before that he broke the record of Bob Pettit, who had 2,101, of course, but he played 72 games to get that.
Who's Bob Pettit? That's a white guy.
Yeah, that's a white guy for sure. That nigga probably was he was probably the point guard and the local post office mail guy.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, part-time for sure.
Yeah, definitely. That nigga had a mortgage that he was worried about for sure still.
Yeah.
That's funny. But, okay. it makes sense as to why Wilt got that acclaim. Shout out to the brother Wilt. And shout out to them 10,000 women that he allegedly slept with.
Sheesh.
It's a wild boy. Hey, yo, Wilt, you a wild boy.
Yeah.
And shout out to this coquito that I'm fucking sipping on. You know what I mean? Shout out to my Boricuas, you know what I mean? Puerto Rico. Huh? Oh, Boricuas. Even though we play, we still made it to the top. Shout out my nigga Big Pun, man. R.I.P. Shout out to Fat Joe. Speaking about Fat Joe, I heard his book is really good, bro. I might want to check that shit out. Fat
Shout out
Joe
to my
book.
nigga. I don't know if he knows that, but he's one of the OGs for the pod. He, you know what I'm saying? Without being said, we haven't met the homie yet. You know, hopefully you guys speak that into existence for us and make that happen. Can't wait to the day of. That man is a man of. He's a legend, man. He's a legend. That's all I gotta say about that. He's a legend.
Big legend. New York City legend, hip hop legend in general. And his book, The Book of Jose, I heard it's really good too. So I'm gonna probably fuck with that shit. Yeah, for sure.
Oh.
Like we said. So y'all go ahead and make sure y'all tag Fat Joe. Let him know how we fuck with him over here. And we fuck with him as Brooklyn and Queens niggas, him being from the Bronx. We fuck with that nigga, man.
Yeah, man.
Shout out to Joe, man. Jose, we fuck with you, boy. And I fuck with Fat Joe on that tip, and the fact that you gotta think, Fat Joe put Big Pun on. Like, Fat Joe, as long as I know him, he just been known for shouting niggas out, giving them love, and putting them on. You ain't never really heard him on no bullshit. So, shout out to Fat Joe, man. But, let's finish out with these sports takes. Back to the award, Sixth Man of the Year award, John Havlicek Trophy. It's going to be the new name of that. Most Improved award, the George Mikan Trophy. I've never heard this man's name ever in my life. I could be uninformed. That's okay. But I don't know who you are, bro. Shout out to you. And lastly, this is a new trophy. And I'm curious to see what they attribute this award to. This is the Clutch Player of the Year award, and it's going to be called the Jerry West Trophy. So I'm curious to see how they decide what's clutch. Is it like buzzer beaters included? Is it a certain time at the end of the fourth quarter that they look at your points total for these times? Like, I wonder what it is. Is it the entire fourth quarter? Like, does it even have to be the end of the game? Like, how do you decide what's clutch? You know what I mean?
Right.
So I'm curious to see.
Oh man, that's funny as fuck.
Nigga get the Clutch Player of the Award, and the nigga don't even close the game out. That could be, like, who knows?
And who they got as the Clutch Player statue? Reggie Jackson.
Nah, I thought they had what's my main name? Luke Bayamatu. What's my nigga name? Luke and Matu, whatever that nigga name was. Nah. I think it was the Serge Ibaka award too. So you seen that video with Serge Ibaka? Shout out to Serge. That nigga got a cool ass show. You be watching his shit, his little cooking show? That nigga be drinking crickets and shit. What? I
didn't even know about that.
Bro, he got an amazing... He has some of the best content on the internet right now. Serge Ibaka, he has a cooking show. He be having like his teammates and shit on there. He had what's my man name? He had Drew Holiday on the most recent episode of his shit. You know, he be on there, like, he'll make a meal and he'll have the whatever players on there try it out. You know what I mean? At that moment. But he got this one drink that be on there that is like a drink that's made from crickets or some shit. So he had Giannis on the episode one week. Giannis was not fucking with that shit at all. Like Giannis hated that shit. So so then he had a recent episode where Drew was on there, and Drew FaceTimed Giannis when Serge was giving him the opportunity to drink that shit. This nigga Giannis went off on this nigga, boy. Giannis, like, so Drew was on the phone FaceTiming with him. He's like, yo, I'm about to try this. Giannis is like, yo, I don't want that shit, man. I don't like that shit. I don't like it. And then Serge tried to, like, say some shit back. And Giannis was like, yo, Serge, you're not a great. You're a role player and a certified screen setter. You're not a good player. You're not a cook. You're not an artist. You're a certified role player, a screen setter. And that nigga Ibaka was like, yeah, we call you back, bro. We gonna call you back, my nigga. You talking crazy right now. That shit was good though. Check out Serge Ibaka though on YouTube, man. Good fucking show. Good motherfucking show. And I mean, the nigga's still in the league, so it's cool to see NBA players venturing off while they still active, doing other cool shit. You know what I mean? It's called. So his show is called How Hungry, by the way. How hungry are you? With Serge Ibaka. Shout out to the good homie Serge though, man. But this NBA season has been pretty interesting, bro. I mean, Kyrie balling, the Nets is balling. You seen that game winner this nigga Kyrie hit the other day against the Raptors? Nigga bust that shit in their face, boy. Whap whap, smash.
Pause.
Pause. Hey, man, you know sometimes niggas fuck up. Niggas fuck up sometimes.
Yeah, I got you, man. Don't worry about it, son.
Yeah, see, that's why you here, my boy. But
I ain't see that though.
Boy, go watch. You gotta watch. I'll send you the highlight after we get off of this. But man, he's putting to bed all of the bullshit that he was in the news for at the beginning of the year, which didn't mean nothing. But you know how time is. Whenever it's new, that's the current thing niggas gonna talk about until something else comes and takes that away. Some would say this is how this country was designed, to keep us fucking full of bullshit news to take us away what our ultimate purpose is. Keep a bunch of shit in the news cycle to take them away from actually achieving what they want.
Yep.
So, but yeah, Kyrie been wilding, Embiid been wilding. Harden is back too. Shout out to Harden coming back. He been wilding. Memphis at the top of the West. That's kind of cool to see. John Morant is really him. I seen something the other day. I forget if it was on Shannon and Skip or if it was First Take. These niggas was comparing John Morant to Michael Jordan, bro. His game. I'm like, yeah, they take. And the points they were making were good in terms of what they were using as like the comparison, but it's like, come on, they gotta clearly talk about something every episode. So that was the latest in the John Morant saga. They comparing him to Mike. Another thing about it though, how you feel about this? So
Don't do that. Don't compare no damn John Morant to no man. Yo, hey, don't get me wrong. And shout out to the Grizzlies. Shout out to Ja and them boys. They cooking up. They cooking up this year. Yo, they been cooking up since like last year, the last 2 years, whatever. Right. I'm not gonna say they're overrated, but y'all niggas need to pay attention to the Pelicans. I don't know what niggas done slept on Zion so much that this man is smoking all of y'all. He's smoking all your favorite players. Like, and he's doing it after y'all said he was overweight, he wouldn't last, he's injury prone. Yeah, shut the fuck up. That man is dunking and he's throwing your center out the paint, bro.
I ain't gonna front. I was a nigga that's definitely slept on, bro. And not that I think he wasn't nice. I just didn't see enough. I'm seeing it now, though.
Man, it's certain niggas, bro. For me, it's certain niggas. You see their game, you see their physique, and you could tell that that's a generational nigga. Like, you never gonna see that type of nigga ever again.
Yeah, they potential. You could kind of, if you know the game of basketball, that's a good point you make. If you know basketball and you see certain things, you could kind of see in the future once it's developed with the NBA game and the coaching, and if you put the work in, you can see where it'll go to. So
Yes, sir.
yeah, shout out to Zion. They 1-2 right now in the West. Memphis, I mean, I think they only like half a game back, so you know that's gonna be changing over time. Shout out to them though.
Man.
Shout out to the Pelicans. It's just cool seeing new teams at the top. Like right now, the Warriors and the Lakers, which are Steph Curry, LeBron, the two top niggas, two stars in the league right now. Them niggas is both, I think, number 11 and 12 in the standings right now in the West. And you got the new niggas, Celtics, number 1, Jason Tatum and Jaylen Brown, they number 1. You got the Knicks is up there, the Nets is in like 4th. You know what I'm saying?
Man. My Nets, yo, hey, listen.
Yeah, they
hey,
cooking.
listen, man.
They cooking again. They cooking.
Hey, listen, man. I'm not gonna say I'm the prophet with these predictions. I'm gonna just take it all to FanDuel and I'm gonna cash them out. But listen, the Nets and the Eagles, man, this our time, man. This our time, man. I've been telling niggas this, man. Y'all niggas gonna keep sleeping on the Eagles, and we gonna smoke y'all niggas this year, next year. We gonna keep smoking y'all niggas, man. Y'all niggas better wake up, man. Eagles fly high.
Jalen Hurt MVP.
Hey, listen, man. I don't even care about no MVP, man. We want the chip, man. I don't see nobody fucking with us, man. Niggas is talking about the Cowboys and I don't know.
Hey,
Hey, listen, man.
Hey,
yo,
now.
shout out to the Cowboys, man.
Hey, now.
I don't usually give shout outs to the Cowboys because the Cowboys is like the joke of like the, forever, like for as long as I knew. But shout out to them. They're doing great, man. I don't even know how they're doing it, but they doing great. I'm still waiting for us to run into y'all. That's gonna be my game of
Micah Parsons, man.
probably the season. So I can't wait to see y'all, man. I'm gonna be at a bar somewhere.
Sure.
7 beers in front of me. Cheering on, man. So.
Nah, that's a fact, man. Definitely gonna hit a bar. I already know where I'm gonna be watching them games. Same place I'm always at, a little local bar. Actually, shout out. I ain't gonna name. Actually, maybe I'll name the spot. But speaking of that, though, and this is on a whole nother note, cause we're gonna end right here. Speaking about bars, watching the games and shit. Every Thursday I go to my same little local bar here around the corner from me. They got $1 domestic beers that day. You know what I'm saying? So that's the spot I like to go to after work. So you see some of the same people every week or whatever. Shout out to the homie Rick from the spot. You know what I mean? A little older dude. I think he said he's in his 40s. Spanish dude, real cool. But we be chopping it up randomly. I'm the type of nigga, I don't like to talk too much to people. Especially I be coming after work. I got my AirPods in. I like to go sit at the bar, get my beers, drink, be on my phone, and just plot. Like, I might be there working on some notes for the pod or for some shit I'm creating. You know what I mean? I like to do that and just clear my head, work, but actually have a beer and enjoy a game or some shit. But I might chop it up with somebody depending on if they next to me for the time being, depending on where the convo go. Shout out to the homie Rick. He kind of he explained a situation to me, and I thought it was fascinating just how he explained it. So he was saying, when he was younger, he was in construction or whatever. It was an older dude, probably like he was in his 20s, and the older dude was in his 40s at the time. And he was saying, at the time, he was bumping heads with old boy. Like, this is the first time they met. They on like this high-ass roof working on the building, and they was bumping heads. So after the job, Rick approached him and had to let him know, like, yo, I ain't really feel the way you was talking to me, you know what I mean? On some man shit, just, I don't like that. And old boy let him know, like, yeah, I had to talk to you this way just so we can make it through the day, we could get the job done, and so you didn't fucking kill yourself or kill me up here. And I thought that was a pretty cool story, because then he went and explained it like, yo, there's 3 types of men out here. There's a young man, there's a grown man, and there's an old man. And I thought that shit was so cool, because I'm like, yo, no matter what age you are, you can fit into those 3 categories. You could be a young nigga and feel mad old. You could be a young nigga and be grown because your experiences had to grow up early. Or you could be an old nigga and be young-minded and be on some bullshit and not be grown, not have your shit together, you know what I'm saying? So, I thought that shit was pretty cool. 3 types of men: young man, grown man, and an old man. Because you could be old, too. Like, my pops tell me all the time. My pops in his 70s, and he be like, yo, I don't feel old, bro. And I tell you to this day, that nigga smoked me like underneath a fucking table, nigga. Like, I can't keep up with that nigga at all. So it's all your mentality, man. It's all about your mentality,
Sure.
man. It's all about your mentality. But I think this is a good place where we could get up out of here, Drvgz. What you think?
Yeah, man. I think the people, I think we gave the people enough for this week, man. We gonna be back Christmas Eve, I believe, man. We'll be back. Uh
Yeah. We back Christmas Eve.
another, beautiful day. It's actually the birthday, so
The birthday episode. My nigga Drvgz birthday, and gotta pop a bottle of something next pod for sure. Episode 40? Episode 40. Look how I come around. Look. Episode 40 is gonna be the birthday episode, my nigga Drvgz.
yeah, we gonna do something special for y'all, man. You know, make this pod, a little bit more exciting. But,
Engaging, yeah.
so
The people, man. Yeah, nah, that's what's up. Just remember,
hey,
y'all, man, we love you. You know what I'm saying? Appreciate everybody. Remember,
comment, like, subscribe. I mean, all that good stuff. We appreciate all that love, man.
Yeah. And in the new year, we gonna have some real cool things. Know what I'm saying? Just know that. We're not gonna speak too much on it right now, but
Yeah, no need.
some cool things in the works, man. Remember y'all, just signing off, you know what I'm saying? Just make the move. Make your anything you're trying to do out there, y'all. Just remember this. Just make the move before you're ready to do it. Don't try to make it perfect. Set yourself up to be perfect to start. Just start that shit. Cause if you start before you're ready, you know what I mean, you're gonna make sure you see that shit through. You know what I mean? And it's gonna hold you accountable. Cause you're gonna feel like, yo, damn, see, I wasn't even ready, so I feel like if you course correcting your entire time as opposed to having a plan and thinking it's perfect, it helps you out a little bit more. Because if you have a plan and you think that shit perfect and it fails, that could fuck you up if you're not really ready for that shit. But if you're used to trying some things out and you fail at it, you just know, all right, I got to try something else. Let me adjust. It's easier to adjust on the fly when you got another way to spin it. You know what I'm saying? So just remember that. Just remember you have to fail your way to success, man. So just go out there and fail.
Yes, sir.
Saying like, go ahead and change that diaper, man. Them kids is crying.
Yeah, man. What the hell?
Kids is crying. The baby's crying.
Baby's crying.
Baby's crying, man. And if you don't like this pod, worst comes to worst, we reserve the right to fuck you up. The podcast. Crack, crack, crack.
The podcast, pussy.
Hey.
Crack, crack. Mike, crack, crack.